I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how good this is. Let's see how good this gets. This is so embarrassing. I just try to do a live feed, and I'll explain what happened when people show up again. This is terrible. All right. There are people coming in now. Hello again. Turns out that, no, I just have a bad connection. That's it. I think I just have a bad connection. I'm trying again, guys, but I don't have the Wi-Fi here. And let's see, is it terrible? All right, tell you what. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me or see me? No, this isn't actually a new guitar. This is my old PRS Santana guitar. But the question is, can you guys, like, how's the stream? Let's talk about that first. I have plenty of signal here, but I just don't know if it's working. So I will wait a second, and I'll see. This is terrible. Yes, what is this, right? Okay, it's okay. All right, if it goes out, listen, if it goes out again, I'm just going to go home tonight when I have time, and I will do it hopefully live from my house if I have time. But let's just talk about what just happened. Turns out, this is how hot Florida is. My phone stopped working, and I got a temperature warning. It said, hey, it said, your phone is too hot, turn it off. So I said, oh, okay. So again, I'm so sorry if it sucks. I'm really sorry. And I'll try my best, and we'll see how far we get. So if it goes in and out, I know it's frustrating. And so let's get into In the Mind of Dickey Betts, all right? I'm sweating just from being outside. Look at this, dripping. All right. Okay, so as you guys saw earlier, I'm literally 400 feet away or 300 feet away from Highway 41. And it means something to me when my icons start passing away, and it sucks. And so, because I'm on Highway 41, we're going to be doing Rambling Man, and this was all explained in the first stream, and I hope that's not as terrible this time around, and we'll see. All right, so yes, it is a major pentatonic. Let's get down to it really quickly. The chord, G, F, C, and G. All right, so now, so what this means here, this is the ending jam, okay? The ending jam. And the ending jam is G, F, and C. And what we need to understand is what key signature we're in first. What key signature we're in is we're in the key of C. And since we're in the key of C, and we're starting on a G, this means that we have a G mixolydian progression, and still in the key signature of C, but we're starting on the G, all right? So G, F, C, G. This is the ending jam, okay? G, F, C, G. But now let's get right into what Dickey Betts does. Dickey Betts has a really cool formula that really helped pioneer the jam band music scene. And you can see it as we analyze the song. I'm referencing, just so people know, I'm referencing the YouTube videos. You can watch them on December 16th, 1981 and November 2nd on 1972. There's video of them playing this. So we're going to get right into where the jam starts with a very famous line. Okay, so let's look at that. On the G, we have boom. Hey, Ricky. Ba-da-da-do, ba-da-do. Oh, sorry, boom. Ba-da-da-do, ba-da-do. So now, right here, Dickey Betts comes out. Oh, it's waiting. I'm sorry. If this sucks, I'm just going to try it again. Dickey Betts comes out guns blazing on the G mixolydian scale, because the G mixolydian scale is the same exact scale as C major. It's a C major key signature starting on the G, so that C major scale, when you start on the G, becomes G mixolydian. So what does he do here? Okay, we'll talk about that, don't worry. He's going to hit the G, and then he goes right here first, and you got to listen for it. He goes, and that, by the way, is the 5. And again, the power of the 5 compels you. The 5 is the most important note to propel. Yeah, I know. The 5 is the most important note to propel music. So you have this line. Now, here's the funny thing. Here's the mixolydian scale, okay, by the way. 1, 5, and then here. Hey, Josh. And this note here is a C. Now, this C is not in your G mixolydian, your G pentatonic, which is what we're going to use. We're going to talk about that. But he brings the C in on top of the F chord, because in the F there's a C. Now, so you can hear this, boom, 5, and he goes to the C on top of the F chord. So, boom, boom, F chord, And then G, F, G. These are all the notes in the G Mixolydian scale, all right? And he's using them well-timed, okay? So you have the fourth. The fourth is not in the G pentatonic, but it's in the G Mixolydian scale, and we'll get to that soon, why it makes sense. I'm answering some chats here. So you have 5, and you go to the 4, but it's in the F chord. Then again on the C chord, and it ends on the G. Then we go G, F, G. It's that G and that F that really are the Mixolydian focuses of this riff here. So you have twice, and then he takes it up 1 octave higher. Goes to this G, goes to the 5 here, and then G, F, G. So we have this G Mixolydian progression, we have a G Mixolydian scale, and we have all the right notes at the right time. Everything's working out. But does anybody know where that arpeggio is also famous from? This thing. The answer is, just to let you know, if you move it up 2 frets higher, it's in Jessica. Okay, so anyway, so now he's going to start off with this this Mixolydian kind of groove that he wrote around the chord progressions. He's going to move it up an octave higher. Right? And then let the fun begin. All right, if you guys aren't familiar with my major pentatonic never lost system, you can take a G major pentatonic, and we're going to start here on the G, on the 5th fret of the D string, and we're going to take this major never lost, and then you can put your first finger on the root note, and put your ring finger here, and you can do this, but we're going to go, and there we are, okay, on the G. And I'm using my major never lost system, okay? So now, it's the same exact thing, by the way. Somebody made a comment. So now, what does he do? When he comes out soloing first, Dickey Betts is a master of repetition and tension. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to grab this major second and bend it up to the major third, okay? And this is the sound of like country rock, southern rock that he developed. So he's going to take that one, take that major second, he's going to bend up the major third and put his pinky where? On the 5. On that 5, that's the 5th interval. Creates an awesome tension. So here. So you get this. And then he's going to use this pentatonic, by the way, before we get that. He's going to use this pentatonic. Bends up the major third, right? Back to the root note. Tag the 5. Then he sits there and he actually puts his middle finger or first finger, doesn't matter, on the 1. Slides back to the 5. He loves this move. Then there it is. There's that second bent up to the major third and the 5. Yes, I can slow it down. Okay, there's the root note. There's the G. There's the 1. There's the second, the major second. There's that major second in the pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Those are the intervals. 1 takes the major second, bends up to the major third. Then he takes his pinky, puts on the 5, not the 5th fret, but the actual interval. And let me see if I can lower this a second. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now, this is his little bag of tricks right now in this little pentatonic, okay? Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take that G major pentatonic. There's the 1, bend up to the major, take the major second, bend to the third. Play with the major third and 5, that's his favorite thing. There's the 5. And he sits there, and he just puts his first finger on the root, and he plays around. And that what that is just anchoring on the root note, up to the major second, down to the sixth. So really quickly, I'm just going to play that section for you. So you got. Then an octave higher. Right? Then he comes in. Then he gets crazy. Whatever, keep it going. Then all of a sudden when he's done, and this is the thing about Dickey Betts, this is what I want to talk about. When Dickey is done with his patterns, with these groupings of notes, whether it's or a pattern, then he's going to use here he's in the G pentatonic, okay? He's in the G pentatonic. Let's talk about that. Why is he in the G pentatonic? That's a big miss that I didn't discuss. We're in the key of C, and this is a huge, actually, revelation for a lot of people. He is in the key of C, but we're using the G mixolydian pentatonic because we're in the G mixolydian progression. But the cool thing about pentatonics is they are void of the special notes that make them modes. And what I mean by that, and I got to be very, very quick with this, is that the G mixolydian scale has a flat 7, but if you listen to the actual intervals in the G major pentatonic, you have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6. There is no 7. Whether you're playing a major 7 or a flat 7, doesn't matter because these notes are going to be used anyway. So it's safe to use the G pentatonic if you have a G mixolydian jam, which is what Dickey Betts does, okay? So we have... So you have this 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2. You didn't hear me say anything about a 7. So we took the special, I know, it's okay, because whatever. Anyway, we're getting distracted. So now this will be available in the replay. So the reason that Dickey Betts uses the pentatonic is because it's the right pentatonic for the progression. And what he does is he builds patterns in these pentatonics. So it starts off with the G mixolydian progression, then it climbs to another mixolydian progression, and then he starts soloing in the G major pentatonic because the major pentatonic can be used, it can totally be used, right, instead of mixolydian scale to be safe and sound like rockish. So he uses the G pentatonic, Then when he's done with the pentatonic, he's going to climb up to another mixolydian type thing. He bridges his pentatonic groupings with this mixolydian. So what does he do? He comes right up to that G on the 15th fret. All right. So now we have this G. Now the mixolydian scale here, I'm going to show you this, is going to be 15, 17, 14, 15, 17, 14, 15, 17, 14, 16, 17, 15, 17, 18. Now that 18 is the F, that is the flat 7. This is a real G mixolydian scale, and then back to 15. So he'll play in the G major pentatonic. Hey Sam. Then all of a sudden, now he's going to play mixolydian. Okay, and he's in this mixolydian scale, and what he's doing here, by the way, now he gets up here. I'm going to show you this really quickly. So that little thing is, then he goes to the F right here, and he lands here. All these are chord tones. G, takes the F, bends the F back to a G, which is in the G and the C, and then ends in the D, which is in the G chord. And I know I'm going fast, but you got to learn this line. And then he goes up to this guy here, and he bends up to the B, which is in the G chord. Nice. Sorry, that was funny. I'm sorry if it's frozen, Peter. All right, so now we have this B up here. This is this is an A note. It's in the G Mixolydian scale, and we're going to bend it up to the B. That's in the G chord. And ends back on a G. This guy is so smart, okay? So now, here we go. That's his bridging Mixolydian. So he's going to do Mixolydian beginning. He's going to do a G major pentatonic really heavy on bending into the major third, tagging the 5 in his lines, doing these patterns. And when he wants to move, goes back to a Mixolydian. Okay, now, then all of a sudden he starts again. And what he does usually, if you watch these videos, he can stay right here, and I'm going to show you. This is the Albert King box, or the former BB box. 17, 15, 17, 15, 14. This is just a G major pentatonic. And he'll sit, and he'll solo. He'll grab 2 notes. Let's talk about what's going on here. Okay, so you have, you have the 1, the 6, the 5, and you have the 3. Okay, right here, this is a 5, this is a 3. It's a piece of a G chord, and this is where he sits. He sits on the 5 and 3 again, just like this. 3 and 5, 3 and 5, right here, and he just. And then he'll take, okay, just to show you, and I know I'm like random, but put this all together. It's okay, you can do it. All right, yes, it's the Albert King box, but don't worry, I mentioned that. Here's a G, okay? Major never lost pentatonic. Okay, if I can do it right? 12, 14, 16, 15, 17, 15. So he's going to sit here and then he's going to take that major pentatonic, and guess what? He ends up here in the form 1 pentatonic. Does that make sense? That's your form 1 major G major pentatonic. So how does he end up there? So now we got this. And he sits there and repeats, and then all of a sudden, the thing is that he's grabbing that 5. There's a 5 here, there's a 5 there, it's a D. And he likes to hold on to a 5 and a 1, and then when he runs out of repeating patterns, he's going to take the Mixolydian. And so let's talk about that. I'll put this all together, I promise, okay? So starting here on the 5, it's going to be the G Mixolydian. Starting here is going to be, 12. I know, I'm sweating so much. 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 13, 15. That note is the F that makes it Mixolydian. This note is the C, which is mixing in from the major pentatonic. So he throws these in when he's in between his his patterns. So you have this like. Anyway, I'll stop for a second. So now listen, this is what's happening. 20 minutes in, I want you to understand what's really happening. Starts off with a Mixolydian run, goes to the G major pentatonic, hangs bends those 2s up to the 3s, all right? And the 7th note is a flat 7, by the way, okay? The 7th note is a flat 7, and that's the F, and that's why it's important. But anyway, starts off in G mixolydian. He hits a C note on top of the F, which is really awesome, okay? Because that C note is in the F chord. Then he's going to fool around in this pentatonic up here. All right, yeah, I'm sweating my F off right here. So now, and here's the 1. He's going to bend that 2nd into the 3rd. Yes, just like Trey. I'm learning a lot that Trey took a lot from Dickey Betts, and that's good. Then he does, and then he's going to go here into a mixolydian. Then pattern. Then he's going to wait till he finds my pattern. And okay, so now, I hope that all made sense. So I'm going to recap it again one more time before I get going. And then I'm going to show you all something that you didn't see before, maybe. All right, so in the mind of Dickey Betts, I might make a professional video of this because I'm sweating so much. Anyway, so this is I'll talk about all that stuff. I'm not addressing any comments right now. This is about celebrating the Allman Brothers and learning about Dickey Betts' moves. Dickey Betts starts off this Ramblin' Man jam with a mixolydian. He tags a C on the F chord. It's a quick F chord, but you get there. Then he'll climb up to a pentatonic. He'll play these patterns, these repeating patterns that he likes. He'll search. Anything. Then when he wants to move, back to a mixolydian. Then he goes back to a pentatonic grouping or pattern. Then when he's done with that, back to pentatonic. Back to a pentatonic. Everyone like that? Does that make sense? We'll get a Slash video. Don't worry about Slash. Don't worry. Anyways, that makes sense right there. I was going to talk to you guys for a second. That was associated here. Sorry, that part was sweet. 2 guitars. I'm going to fast guitars. Nice. Okay, I hope that all made sense. So it's going to take a lot of practice, right? But the walkaways, mixolydian, pentatonic patterns, mixolydian, pentatonic patterns. Start off on the 5th fret, get up to that 7th fret, okay? And then after the 7th fret, get up to the 15th fret. Play a little mixolydian, then play that form 2 pentatonic. And now, when do you have to point out we don't have to think about it? If you get that pattern down, you don't have to think about it. That's what he does. He has that pattern down. So I'm going to keep on doing this, but hopefully... Now, did I show you this? I'm going to pick up my phone and we're going to do this. I'm just going to, some of you have saw this before, okay? Right before you did. Some of you saw this before, but let's talk about this. I really want to show you this again, just in case you didn't see this. I'm going outside. Oh my God, it's so hot. Jesus Christ. Okay, so... All right, everybody know what that is? We talked about that earlier. With not the road I'm on, but the road where the traffic is crossing, right? I hope I don't bore you, but did we talk about that right there? All right, anyone? That's Highway 41. That is the Highway 41 that he was born on in a Greyhound bus. So anyway, so that's it right there. I literally live that close and I drive it every day. All right, and so I'm gonna go back in here before, yeah, that's Highway 41, right, in Sarasota. And every time I hop on that road, I always think about the Allman Brothers. Okay, so now that's done. I'm gonna close this. Okay, so I'll answer any questions. I don't have diminished scale videos. You have to use diminished scales when you're playing diminished chords. That's how it works, okay? Yeah, I will melt for the finale. I'm dripping. Okay, So in the mind of Dickey Betts live, I'll leave this up for a little bit, and then I'll do a professional video. All right. So again, I was a little rusty because I'm sweating my boobs off. So all right. I want to go, but you're here. But any questions about what we just covered? Anything not make sense? Please make a Steve Ray. I'll make a Steve Ray Vaughan. So that was awesome. Okay, cool. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, so now what you're going to do is if you have a looping pedal, you're going to loop G, F, C, G, bop, 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 G, F, C, G, and you're going to do it just like I showed you. Rewind this thing. Doing an own video is going to be hard to do because all this, well, no, it wouldn't be hard to do. I haven't really analyzed it. But I want to do like Little Martha. But anyway, thank you. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks again. I'm sweating. Bye.